So everybody, welcome to our Christmas video podcast. A Merry Christmas from Patrick and myself. We're on the terrace at Timdorfer Strand, and as you can see, it's a little bit cold. It's minus 10.5 degrees, and we've got quite a lot of this stuff lying around, but we do have a nice hot drink, so cheers. And we want to send you a Christmas message and also give you a little tip. And question is, obviously, when it's like this everywhere. By the way, it's absolutely beautiful in Timdorfer Strand, apart from the fact that we haven't got any golfers. What can we practice?
Well, as it's quite difficult to actually play golf at the moment, I think it'll be a good idea to work on your mental game right now. I think you're able to do that at home, can't you?
Well, you know, mental stuff it's one of those things, isn't it? People say, yeah, mental game, yeah, I've got to work on that. And you know, I hear that a lot, but I also hear mental stuff's only something for really good players or people who are a bit screwed up.
I don't think that's true. I mean, everybody needs it, and it's not as tough as people think it is. It's just basically you need to concentrate. You need to learn to concentrate.
I mean, I think what I think when I'm asked a lot about mental golf, I sort of try and avoid using the word mental, because mental sort of got one, you know, it's not a good attachment, is it, really, mental? But we talk about two things, really, don't we? Right? I mean,
well, mental golf is basically strategy, isn't it?
I'm not really concentrating because it's so cold, but we say strategy, right? I mean, we teach, Patrick and I particularly here at Timdorf, I mean, we work on strategy a lot. So we go on the course with people, we do yardage tests, and we, you know, show you how to hit what club where, show you routines, and that's what we call strategy. But what about mental stuff? So forget the strategy, because a lot of our students have worked on strategy with us, and you know, and
yeah, I think the mental stuff itself is basically you need to concentrate on the shot you're hitting right now, which is probably a lot harder than what you think it is. It sounds easy just to concentrate on this shot and forget the shot before, but I think that's basically what you need to do.
Yeah, I mean, I've got two questions there. I mean, first of all, I mean, surely everyone's concentrating anyway, right? I mean, I'm stood off the ball and I'm concentrating. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm thinking about hitting this ball, first of all. And secondly, the times it probably is difficult to concentrate on the striking of the ball is, we were just talking earlier about when you shank one out of bounds. Let's say, you know, we're playing the second here and I somehow shank my shot to the green into the trees and lose my ball, and I'm stood over my next shot, which is now going to be my fourth, and somehow I'm not supposed to think about shanking it. I'm supposed to think about hitting the ball as close to the... I mean, that's really difficult.
But the fact of the matter is, you have just hit that shot and you just had to take a drop, and you need to hit your next shot. So either you suffer about the shot you hit before, or you try to execute the next shot as good as possible. And if you think about the last shot, you will not be able to do this. So then the next shot is even going to get harder, because then you're thinking of the last two bad shots. Yeah,
but I mean, seriously, right? Let's say I par the first, then I hit a really good drive up the second, I had a really good second shot up the second, and I stand in front of the green thinking, great, you know, I'm par the first and I'm going to make birdie, and I shank it into the trees and lose my ball. And you're telling me, well, just, you know, just don't think about it. I mean, there's got to be some tools that we can tell the people at home to, you know, how do I do it then? You know, just say don't think about it. It's like, right, okay, don't think about dogs. And what have I got a picture of in my head? A dog. So, you know, how do I do it?
You need to actually practice it. And
by the way, don't think about the cold. It's not cold.
There's different ways of practicing it. We've just been spending a lot of time with a mental coach, if you want, and that was very interesting, wasn't it, Paul?
It was, actually. Because we've had some, I would say, not bad experiences, but we've been largely disappointed with a lot of the mental coaches we've worked with in the past, that they've sort of done strategy, which is what we already do, you know, and they didn't really do what we call mental stuff. And for me, the difference is exactly what you said. You know, it's how do I control my thoughts? You know, it's not lying on a couch and talking about your childhood and that type of thing. It's how do you actually control what you're thinking and force yourself into thinking positive stuff, and not just mean positive stuff, I mean constructive stuff. And we've been working with a guy who we're probably going to interview for you on video in the next few months, and get him to talk to you about it more. But we've basically learned to concentrate, right? I mean, that's what we basically, which is for us great, because we don't concentrate at all generally.
And
you
he,
don't.
thanks. He's given us great drills to do that too. I think it's difficult for us at the moment to actually teach people that, but I think we can give the people a couple of drills, or at least one very good drill, just to practice that at home while they're doing anything really. They need to be really quiet and switch everything off and just be on your own in a room, and maybe even a type of meditation. I don't know if you want to actually call it that, but
Sounds pretty spooky, meditation, actually. But so what do you do actually? Give me a how does it work?
well, you basically just sit down. You know, on your settee or something, switch all the radio and telly and everything off, and just sit there and try to calm down, be really calm, and then try to concentrate on your breathing. Just
All right. So I basically go somewhere quiet, switch everything off apart from the internet because I need to look at lebeda.de every few minutes, and sit down and just concentrate on breathing as long as I can.
Yeah, as long as you can. And as soon as another thought comes in your head, just try to then forget about that thought and concentrate on your breathing again.
All right. Good. Cool. So you going to show us how it works? Then?
Yes.
Or,
I
okay.
will.
So Pat's going to do that, and I'm going to leave you because it's so cold. I've got to go inside. I'm going to take my hot drink with me, and Pat's going to show you how to do this drill. And before we go, we're going to wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We want to see you all very, very soon because we haven't got much to do, as you can see. It's beautiful weather here. It's very warm. Come and take a lesson. You'll love it. And yeah, I'll leave you with Pat. So goodbye.
I'll see you soon too, because now I'm not going to be able to speak anymore.